That light's a little rough, eh? Let's see if we can adjust it a little bit. Make it a little better. Like that. That's my 400. Yo, Andre, how you doing, buddy? Yo, what's good? Kyle, my man. How you doing, buddy? Well, things have been pretty wild around here lately. And I got to tell you, it's been a serious struggle. So I had a slingshot that was supposed to go to the UK to somebody. First one got lost. Sent that out. Second one got returned for whatever freaking reason. And never even made it past, never even made it to the UK. Just stayed in Canada the whole fucking time. Ended up getting returned, and I had to pay for it. And then, finally, at least I got the slingshot back, so I didn't have to make a third one. That was pretty good. Then I finally sent it out yesterday, UPS, because clearly I can't trust Canada Post anymore. And it ended up costing me $132 to send that out. Can you fucking imagine? Anyway, so while I was at the UPS store, I was talking to the girl that works there at my local one. And apparently, shipping to the US, we no longer need a what do you call it? What do you call that thing? You know, help me out here. The social insurance number of the recipient anymore. We don't need that anymore. Apparently, they were going to try to do it, but it turns out to be illegal. There also seems to be some misinterpretation of what they were trying to do, which also kind of makes it seem like, I don't know, you can't even get the proper fucking information anymore. But it seems like that's not the case. It should have been able to just been sent, and the recipient probably would have ended up getting stuck paying tariffs, which kind of sucks. But I don't know. That said, I think I'm going to be getting rid of these last few slingshots, and then I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I got a couple of them made here. I got a bunch of materials. I don't know what I'll do with them, but maybe I'll just stick them on the shelf until things get rearranged. But it's just too much bullshit for one man to deal with, and I think that's going to be pretty much it for me. So for those of you who got their hands on some Avros, congratulations. they may be the end of them, or at least the ones made by me. And anyway, we'll go from there. But all the bullshit that's been going on, dealing with the shipping and the fucking rules and the tariffs and everything has basically just sucked all the fun of it out for me. It's ruined it, I guess you could say. So for those of you who got their hands on an Avro, congrats. Too much monkey business. Yeah, fooling around with all of it. Hoggy, tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. I just wanted to be able to, get a couple of slingshots into the hands of some of my friends, and have a little bit of fun. But everywhere I go, it seems to be a fucking clusterfuck, and you're fucking around with all these papers and stupidity. It just gets to be ridiculous. Yo, what's up, Kerry? So that'll probably be the end of it. I've got 3. I'm extremely lucky. Yeah, you got some nice ones too. Actually, you got like a complete progression of where my building has gone to and where it started from, which is kind of neat. So to try to make some of my money back, I'm going to be selling off a couple of these frames. I got this Aries. It was like I got the core from Omega Slings, and I had one of my subscribers reach out, a Canadian subscriber, asked me if I'd be willing to sell it. So I'm just going to kind of clean it up a little bit and put it into his hands, and hopefully he'll enjoy it. I almost never shoot it. I was going to keep it for whatever, just for I don't know what you call it. My brain's not working this morning, apparently. I was just going to keep it for, sentimental reasons. It was the first aluminum core slingshot I ever made, and I was kind of proud of it. It's the Aries also. It's one of my favorite slingshots. But yeah, I got to get some cheddar. It fucking sucks, man. It really does, but I got to try to make some ends meet. And when start to finish on a slingshot, made 2 slingshots, not counting my time, just shipping costs with the thing failing and coming back and failing and then coming back again and then finally shipping it out to make sure that it gets there. It cost me over $500 from beginning to end on that fucking slingshot. So I'm just like fuck this, man. And months where luckily the guy that I sold that slingshot to is a really good fucking dude, because he was willing to fucking wait for it and, going through the whole, making a claim for it, finding out what the fuck went wrong, why I have to pay for this thing again when there was nothing wrong with the information. And man, $550, and that's not even including my time that I invested in that thing. Yes, Mr. Mayor. Yes, it is, buddy. That's your Aries. We're just getting her dolled up, and we'll see where it goes. $600. Yeah, it's just like fucking, it's just completely batshit crazy, to be honest. Like I can't even believe how that whole scenario went from beginning to end. Having to return money to some buyers for slingshots that I had worked in the works in the US, and then having this one come back, or the other one come back that I just got out returned back to me on fucking Friday, and I was like, okay, I got to get this thing out. This can't keep happening. This is fucking ridiculous. And I got that one out. But now here we are with a bunch of fucking slingshot materials and slingshots that are half done that I don't even want to do anymore. Anyway, it's rough. Super excited. Yeah. It should be all done, sanded up to basically as good as it can get. This was a first, so you're not going to be getting a perfect slingshot, but it's going to be pretty damn good. It shoots great already, so that part of it's nice. But here's my question to you. I'll show it to you here and get a good look at it. This is with 600 grit. Now, I can go to a full polish if you want, but when I do that, you're going to get a lot of reflection on it when you're shooting outside. That's up to you. I'll let you call it. If you want me to go up to 1,000 grit and then pause there, it's totally up to you. Let me know what you want there, bro. Joseph, what's up, buddy? I would have been better off driving it there. Yeah, I just can't drive it across the ocean. That's the only problem. It was going to the UK, so it was rough, man. It was rough. And the worst thing is, too, the first one that went missing, man, first of all, it was a beautiful slingshot, but it was made out of like 100-year-old or 200-year-old barnwood. It was like really, really fucking old. So that one went missing. Never been found. Hopefully it shows up at some point. But like I told the guy, I said, I'm going to make it right. I'll send you another slingshot, but be sure to, if that other one ever shows up, he's like, oh, I'll send it back. I said, nope, don't give it back to me. Give it to a kid. Give it to a kid. I don't care if it's your kid or if it's anybody's kid, but put that other one into, and keep the one that you want to keep and give the other one to a kid. That's what I told him. Somebody that's just getting into slingshots. Give him a nice little wrap and tuck. Actually, Kyle knows the one that I'm talking about because he turned that one down. I had a walnut one and I had a nice oak one. And the oak one, Kyle chose. And the other one that I'm talking about that went missing was the darker one. I'd rather not have the glare if it doesn't need to have a mirror finish. Okay, cool. So what I'll probably do is just sand this down to around a 600 grit where we're at. I can go a little more if you want, and then I will buff it and see how she looks. And hopefully we'll be in good shape. While I'm doing that, I've also got my Avro over here. I figured it's time to pretty this one up too. This one's going to be for myself. This one is mine. I got to clean it up just a little bit, but we're going to make this one pretty too. And that's going to be my personal shooter forever. I also have this white and black one here that I've got to get a little bit of sanding done, cleaned up, and then this one will be up for grabs. And this might actually be the last one. I got a couple that are that are kind of in the works. Oh, where did that other one go? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I got this one here too. I got to stand up. That'll be ready to go. Anybody who wants it, it'll be pretty cheap, this one. And then I've got these guys. These ones I'm probably not even going to bother with. I'll probably just throw them on a shelf somewhere for the time being until I'm, and see if I feel like finishing it off. And I've got these two, or these three-ish. This one I have a plan for already. Little carbon fiber blue fella. It's going to be a wrap and tuck once I get her all done, if I can get it to work out. I've got this one that'll be worked on next. If I can finish this one up, make it look nice. And then that'll be that. That'll be that. There will be no more going to the UK because I don't make that kind of fucking money to send that shit. That's crazy. That white and black is sweet. All those Avros are freaking sweet. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. I was really enjoying making them, and I was getting good feedback on the people who were getting them. They seemed to really like them, so it was kind of nice. It was fun, but man, I shouldn't be. I don't really care if I'm making a shit ton of money on them. I just don't want to go fucking backwards, if you know what I mean. I shouldn't be losing money on slingshots. That's I don't really charge for my time or any of that, but I shouldn't be losing money. And that last one, I lost a lot. Do I sell? Not really anymore, man. This is pretty much me announcing my retirement. I'm filling out whatever I got left here, and then I'm finishing off whatever I got left here, and then that's going to be it. How you doing, Alex? On a good note. Fuck, I still got some glare on there, right? I wonder if I could do it like this, maybe. I don't know. If I could just find a way to block some of that sunshine coming in through that window, it would be better, I think. Hold on a second. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. I don't even know what the fuck this thing is. Let's see. Nope. That won't do it. Maybe this will work though. That's a little better, no? And what I can do is turn this guy on. There we go. Still a little backlit, but not so bad. I think it's better than that glare. I didn't like all that crazy glare that was going on. Well, we're going to get you sorted today there, buddy. And then, anyway, we'll see where everything lands after that. Another garage with no room for a car. It's actually a lot better than it used to be. If I pull my snowblower out of here, I got room for a car. You might not be able to get out of it, but you definitely got room for a car. Yeah. Should have brought a sling with some bands with me after this. Take a break and do a little bit of shooting. So on the good news, I've got another backcountry camping trip planned and booked. So that should be pretty sweet. I plan on bringing that Steers Wild Slings catch bag with me. We're going to do a about 42 or 43 kilometers in the bush by canoe and by foot. Me and the guy that I make the hot sauce with. And I'm going to bring a Slingshot with me this time. And we've got quite a bit of time to take it easy and relax and have some fun shooting and all that stuff while I'm there. Fuck, more glare, no matter what I do. All right. Let's turn you back this way. Or all the way this way, maybe. See how that is. Is that terrible? What you making? I'm just cleaning up. This is actually my first ever cord Slingshot. I bought this aluminum core from Omega Slings, and I was thinking about keeping it. I was pretty happy the way it turned out. Shoots pretty nice, and but I very rarely shoot it. I really love the one that I got. Have a look at this there. I really love the one that I got from Tim, or not from Tim, but from Omega Slings, but made by Tim. Tim's a master builder, man. I'm an absolute hack compared to that guy. So I decided to get that thing going a little bit. have a little bit of fun building this guy up, and we're getting it cleaned up. And I had somebody reach out. Saying if they wanted to get their hands on it, and if I'd be willing to sell it. And I think so. It's going to be decent enough to sell and ship in Canada, which is kind of nice. So that's pretty much the plan, where I'm going to just let it go to a fellow Canadian here. There won't be any issues with the shipping. I fucking hope. We'll see. We'll see how all that turns out. Because I haven't had the luck I've been wanting to, that's for sure. Yo, Trevor, what's up? Good luck with your upcoming trip. Have a great day. Thanks, Lance. Yeah, so it should be pretty interesting when we go on that trip. We're going to be doing an area through Algonquin Park called Barron Canyon, which is going to be pretty neat. The first 2 lakes that we're going to be paddling on, the first one that we're going to be sleeping on is a trout lake. So got a lot of lake trout and brook trout there, which should be a lot of fun. Okay, that light's fucking pissing me off. All right. Here's what we'll do. I'll take this guy. I'll plug you in over here. Ooh. All right, that should work. That should work, I think. Yeah, so yeah, it should be pretty interesting. So we're going to head out there. The first 2 nights are going to be on trout lakes. So we'll be fishing for lake trout and brook trout on day 1 and the morning of day 2. And then we'll be traveling off to this other place called Opalescent Lake, which should be pretty sweet. They got some interesting campsites there. If everything works out all right, I would love to get a certain campsite. It looks like the Flintstones built it. It's kind of cool. And if that don't work out, there's many other beautiful places there to check out. So I just can't wait. I'm super excited for this trip, and I need some vitamin nature. So it'll be a sweet deal, I think. Happy Daylight Losings Day. Yeah, tell me about it. I woke up this morning all confused. My phone was saying 6 o'clock in the morning, but it was actually 7. And my phone was saying 6 o'clock, but it was actually 5. I don't know. I'm all fucked up. We're spring forwarding, right? I was hoping to get out and do some ice fishing this weekend, but turns out that we had rain yesterday, and it was like super warm. And I was hoping to do some shooting today, but it was a bit too windy. So I was like, okay, what the hell can I do? I guess I'll just go out and have a little bit of fun. I'll just go out and have a little bit of fun in the garage and see if I can get this slingshot all done and completed. Get it out the door. I've done a few things different since I made this guy. I mean, originally I used some. I had the Leighton straws and caddies clips on there, the big metal ones. They worked decent enough. I just found they were a little bit too chunky and hard to sand down to make it even. So I swapped them out for some G10 clips. These are the first time I ever made G10 clips, and I've since found a way to make them perfectly even, which is nice. But I learned a lot making this slingshot, man. This was probably the one that changed everything for me, really. Got things really dialed in after this one. There we go. All right, I think this is about as far as I'm going to go with that, with the sanding on this one. I'll probably slap this onto the buffer, get that thing going, see how it goes. What time do I normally start it? It depends. Recently, I've been going a little bit later. It seems when I was going early in the morning, nobody was really showing up. So, nobody was really showing up. I was getting, I don't know, whatever it is that happened to my lives, but I was going from getting like 20,000 views, and I just fucking tumbled right off the cliff, and wound up getting like 400 or 500, 600. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it is what it is. But as long as I get some of my good buddies popping in here from time to time, which is cool because that's what I look forward to. That's the good thing. Yo, what's up, Knuckles? That's all that counts to me, really. But I would end up getting like 500 views, and 400 of them were trolls. So it was like, fuck, man, this is this is starting to suck. Yeah. But yeah, I guess in the end, everything seems to be working out now. I mean, we got 46 people here. That's probably the most I've had in a long time, and that's pretty cool. You know, I'd love to at one point bump that up to 100 or something like that, and see how it goes. But you know, we used to be like the first hour in, get like 100 likes. 100 likes first hour in. You got 200 people popping in and out of here. I miss those days. But I guess it's not going to be like that forever. Do you hunt with our slingshots out in Canada? Do you need tags for small game? No tags for small game. Basically, what you got to do is you go to Canadian Tire, and you're going to get your small games permit. It's like I don't know, maybe you can call it a tag, but you don't need to add it to. You don't need to put a tag on your animals like a deer. You're allowed a certain amount in your possession at a time. And I guess the only way they really find out if you've taken more grouse or more rabbit than you're allowed is if they actually stop you, which is kind of cool, I guess. I mean, in my case, it's pretty simple. But in my province, I'm not allowed to hunt with a slingshot. I'm only allowed to hunt with a bow or with a gun. So that said, if I go into Ontario, though, for Ontario people, they're allowed to hunt with a slingshot if they'd like, but they still need to have a hunting license, which is a bow hunting license or a rifle hunting license. So that's basically what it's. That's basically what it is. Haven't been getting notifications, dude. I think that's the case everywhere. I think all of a sudden they just shut old ATO off, and that was it. And I'm almost convinced of that. I don't know what the deal is about it, or why, or whatever the deal is, but you're not the first person who's told me that. And a lot of my regulars and even moderators that pop in and out on this channel are have told me that, you know, they got the notification like 3 or 4 hours later, or they didn't get it at all. It's just weird. I don't know. Maybe all my my politics talk and all that shit just got me blacklisted or something like that, which is possible. Who knows? I thought you could only run. No. Rocks and sticks. Rocks and sticks are against the rules. We're actually allowed to use bows and guns. I've got a couple of bows. I got a couple of bows. I don't hunt with any guns. My wife is opposed to it, so otherwise I would. But I mean, what they're doing here in Canada with all that stuff, it's just it's fucking ridiculous. No notifications, eh? You too, Joseph? You see? That's the thing. A lot of people were telling me that that I was popping up into their stream just because they were scrolling and they found me like that. That's what they told me. I don't know what the deal is, man. I really don't. I can't wrap my head around it. But it was funny because there was one point where I was just on fire. Channel was growing like crazy. I was getting like 300 to 400 subscribers a month. And the more I went live, the more subscribers I would pop into. And then, yeah, by luck today. You see? Yeah. And then it was just like that. I had a few people tell me that they've been unsubscribed from my channel too. Hey, how you doing, Sean? Big shout out to Sean, one of my moderator extraordinaires. Awesome. Thanks for the clarification, man. New to your vids. The Slingshots dragged me in. New to hunting, but it's a great hobby. Oh, man, it really is, dude. It really is. I just wish there was more areas where I could just go in and, go in on like the bow hunting weeks and all that stuff when small game opens up. Just go in and hunt, but I have to travel quite far to be able to. I have to travel quite far to be able to find land where I can actually hunt and get access to the land. It seems that most of these properties that I can go hunt on, are all like private land spots where it's all surrounded by private land. So I'd have to cross somebody's land. I know a few years ago, I Andy Lowe, my man. A few years ago, I had bought all my permits. I was about to go out and do a really cool video on the HGH from Catapult help me out here. The HGH, Wayne Martin, Matt Redding, two guys together. Made this Slingshot. Fuck, it'll come to me the name of his show, of his store. But anyway, I ended up making this. I was gonna go and do that video and get out there and do some hunting, have a good time, and get it all done. And then, sure enough, I just checked. I'm still subscribed. Caddyshack, yeah, there it goes. Fuck, man, where the hell? How'd that disappear? So that was pretty much the plan, was to get out with a Caddyshack catapult. The HGH, do some shooting, do some hunting with it. I bought all my permits in another province, which is expensive. Get out to the land that I found, and somebody had purchased the land to get access to it. So I went and rang the doorbell. I'm like, "Hey, man, is it cool if I cross your property into the crown land behind and do some hunting?" The guy's like, "Sure, you can. It's going to cost you $400." So I'm like, yeah, fuck off, buddy. not for rabbits and grouse and the odd squirrel, maybe. So I ended up going down to a couple of other houses, and they were all the same. And by that time, I'd already basically ruined a whole full day. And I was planning on going out there, camping the night, parking my car on the side. Everything should have been okay, but it just didn't work out. And anyway, couldn't find time to make it back, and I wasn't going to spend that kind of money. I always get notifications, but what sort of even is YouTube's up to? Oh, I have no idea, dude. And just for the record, my government here has this fucking online tax that they're trying to charge other people for allowing Canadian content to be played other places and all kinds of shit. And they try to call it part of the what do they call this? Part of the Online Harms Act and all that shit. And it's just absolute dog shit of bullshit. And I'm sure that a lot of us people are getting punished globally. So just to give you an example, for you guys down in the United States, you guys used to be 60% of my views. I used to get 30% of views from the UK, much love from the UK, and the rest of it was global. So, from there was Indonesia, India, a bunch of other small countries, Germany, and all that global wise. Turns out that now the US is around 20% of my views. So something happened there. I don't know what happened, but something happened there. So the US pretty much cut me off, took about 40% of my views away from me. And now the UK is number one and US is number two at 20%. And then the rest of it's the world. And a major, major dip in my views that I get from week to week. Access to private property. Yeah, they should have put easements or something in between so people could still have access to public property. But I think they don't do that unless unless they create an easement for somebody who's going to buy out behind. Oh yeah, it definitely does cut the pay quite a bit too. Yeah, but I didn't really care too much about it. It's not like I'm making millions of dollars doing this. You know, I'm lucky if I make like maybe $1,500 or $2,000 a year. You know, so it's not like I'm in this for the fucking money. But it was cool to see the channel progress and all that stuff, and you get to meet new people and you're talking with them, and you get to talk about the things that you love to do, like shooting slingshots, which is freaking awesome. And then all that just go away. You know, that's a part of it that sucks. Cutting the pay, it's not like I was making shit tons of money before anyway, so I don't really care about that. And all that money always end up going back into the channel. You know, getting new things in here to review and all that stuff. And I mean, that was the good part about it. I was purchasing new content for you guys to check out. I do reviews for you guys to see what's out there. And that was it. But now I'm not making that kind of money. 1,000 is still a lot of weed, at least. Yeah, I guess it's a lot harder for Canadians to make money as a content creator. Oh, fuck yeah. I just subscribed. You're a good dude. Thanks, man. Dion, you're a good dude. I'll definitely be checking on the Sunday mornings. Appreciate you, man. Cheers. Oh, that's some good shit right there. It's a good glass of water. Yeah, so I don't know what the plan's going to be in the end once we're all done, settled, and everything like that. But I don't know. I think I'm going to be adding a few more, or I guess more outdoor content to my videos coming up soon. Doing the reviews and stuff like that, and like for wintertime, man, I got 3 feet of fucking snow in my backyard. It's cold, it's hot, it's raining, it's ice freezing rain, all that stuff. It's very, very hard to get out and do some shooting like that in that kind of weather. So I think it's boring for me too. I would rather get out and do some outdoor stuff. You know, maybe I'll see if I could do some more lives from the outdoors too. I don't get notifications if I refresh YouTube. I might see your live if you're started. Yeah, see, there's a lot of people are telling me this. I don't know what the deal is going on, and I don't know why. But anyway, I mean, it is what it is. You know, if people want to watch, they tune in. If they don't want to watch, well, fuck. I guess they won't. You know, but I've been consistent about the lives every single week, no matter what. And I throw in a video and a short whenever I have some time. And doesn't seem to be enough to keep the algorithm happy, or I'm getting blocked somewhere else. So you're almost old enough to be a snowbird. Buy a place in Florida for the winter. Yeah, right. Buy a place in Florida. Not the way we're getting taxed. I'll be giving up my place before I buy a place. I'll be living in a van down by the river in 4 years if it keeps going the way it is. It fucking sucks, but it's true. All right, let's see if we can bring this over there and get this guy onto the buffing wheel and see how we can pretty this little fella up. Get rid of this thing. I'll be going out for my last hurrah for ice fishing this week. Or sorry, next weekend. Me and my buddy are getting together for a nice little ice fishing trip. See if we can get onto one more monster. That should be pretty fun. And possibly next to impossible. We'll have to see how all that plays out. But okay. think I'm going to put my mask on for this one. It's not really loud, but when you're getting the buffing wheel going, I don't want to breathe in any of that shit. Got a bunch of junk on it, but it's gonna look good. Oh no! Yo, Rex. How you doing, Rex? Where am I? See if we can get this guy cleaned up a little bit here. I still got to give this thing a bath with a. Gotta give it a bath with a magic eraser. See if we can pull out all the junk. Get her nice and clean. Yo, Rex. Sorry I missed your live yesterday, bud. Leon sent me a message, but I was in the car and I popped in real quick and I gave you a quick yo-yo, watched a little bit of it, and then had to take care of some business. There we go. That's not bad. Okay. So just to show you there, if Mr. Mo was still in the chat, not full mirror, kind of like a satin finish. Should work out just fine. Got to clean all the gunk off of it, but I know I'm pretty happy with that. I think she looks pretty good. I'll throw in some extra hardware for you. I was doing the riv nuts a little bit different back then, how I was putting them in there. So I'll throw a bunch of extras into the bag, a couple of extra screws, some caps, all that stuff. And you can dress her up the way you like. Yeah, I'll have to get this guy cleaned up. Put it through. I use a magic eraser with some dish soap and give it a good scrubbing. And you'll see, sometimes it's got that, the red looks a little bit gunked up there. It'll pull a lot of that dirt out of there and clean it right up nicely. So it should be pretty cool. Nico, what's happening, buddy? Yeah, so we'll put this one up here for now. I guess we can get to work on that white one. All the work's done for the time being on that guy. Let's get that white one done. White and black one. Get that sanded up. Oh, is it up here? Or was that? There we go. Yeah. That's it. There we go. Woo. That's fucking bright, boy. There we go. That'll do. Little reflection off that wall. Yo, what's up, Cody? How you doing, bud? Let's see if we can get this guy cleaned up now. Didn't notice that before. I have to sand down the front face of this a little bit more. Thought we were pretty good on that. I might be able to get it out. Do I have another one of those wood things lying around? Yes, I do. No, those are for pin. Fuck. All right. All right, so I guess we'll have to put a pin in this one. For now, I'll get the my Avro out. See if we can get this guy cleaned up. I absolutely love this Slingshot. It shoots so freaking nice for me. So nice. I guess we'll get going on that 600 first. That's what, 1,000? This has got to be the 600 here. Yep. How you doing, Cody? What's happening? Did I miss anything in that chat there? Looks amazing. Lily, Wolf, Rex, Yo-Yo Mark. The magic eraser trick works wonders. Oh man, it's good. I, for one, appreciate political talk. Also, by the way, it's nice to hear Canadians are just as mad at their government as we are with ours. I wish you good luck on your ice fishing trip. Thanks, man. Where are you from, Dion? Yeah, no state income tax in Florida. Fuck, that's sweet. That depends on the brand, really. I found that some brands are a little bit less forgiving in the cold than others. BSB actually is one of them. I had found that BSB really didn't like the cold at all. And It really depends on the brand, but usually when you start getting around that around 5 degrees Celsius, you'll start noticing some of the bands start to slow down. When you're in that 15 degrees Celsius up to like 26, 27, they're doing really good. And when it gets really, really fucking hot, you'll find that the speed starts to slow down again a little bit. So there's kind of like a sweet spot in there. I guess if you're in like in the 70s to mid 80s type thing, they're really performing at their peak. And when it starts getting too hot, they really start to slow down, or too cold. Too cold is the worst, though. When you get into cold, I've done a lot of the band testing that I've done. I've done cold speeds and hot speeds. So when I'm testing bands in winter, you'll see me take the shots, and then I bring my crony inside somewhere to where the temperature is around 20 degrees, and I shoot there again. And depending on the band and brand, I've seen differences between 30 and 50 feet per second, which is pretty significant. 30 to 50 feet per second difference is quite a lot. So anyway, that's what I had been seeing, and for the most part, I found the exact same thing with anti-cut bands. That's why our anti-cold bands. That's why a lot of people ask me, "Oh, what do you think about the anti-cold bands? Do you find are there any better or any worse or whatever it is?" And to me, it's just a fucking gimmick. I've never found an anti-cold band that didn't have the reduction in speed. I've had some people tell me that their life is actually better. I've not found that any difference at all. The only thing I found was, I don't even want to say this for sure, but maybe they'll last a little longer. But when I've tested it, when I've tested them, for the most part, when it starts getting really, really cold, and if I'm shooting 0.5, I'll go up to a 0.6, and that's it. That's all I do. All those anti-cold bands, my opinion, is just full of shit. I've tried GZK, I've tried Precise, I've tried a few different ones, and to me, they're all kind of bullshit. And when you start getting into the minus 10s and that kind of stuff, when you start getting into around the minus 10 realm of cold, nothing will do anything for your band except for going up in a thickness. That's the only thing that'll help your speed, and also your thickness, and maybe adjusting your taper. Like I know I'd spoken to Wayne Martin. We were talking about this a while back, and how he shoots a 25-20 taper. And I had done some testing of where I was, and I had found that the 25-15 was giving me more speed with less draw. But not the case in his area because of the temperature difference. In the Montreal area, in Quebec, it gets really fucking hot in summertime. We get 100-degree weather. And then in wintertime, we get really fucking cold weather, all the way down to minus 40 degrees Celsius. So when you're thinking about that, in minus 40 degrees, I'm not even going outside, not even thinking about it. Basically to work and back, that's it. And I make sure I have some extra clothes in the car in case something goes wrong. When I'm hitting around minus 30, you guys have seen on my channel, I've done some shooting around minus 30 a little bit. That part of it was cool. But when I reached down into and I've done some shooting recently in minus 20, but anything beyond that, I don't even bother shooting. In summer, I love my sniper sling, but not in winter. Sniper sling's another one that slows down quite a bit in wintertime. I was testing them in minus 15 degree weather. They were calling them cold weather bands too for a while. Sniper Sling is a sweet band in summertime. But in winter, there was a major drop around that minus 10 degree weather, hitting around that. Sorry, yeah, I guess it was minus 10 or minus 13. I can't remember when I did my review on that. But there was quite a big difference in speed on those on that elastic, and it slowed down considerably. But indoors, man, that shit was fast, smooth, really nice draw. All of it was just great. Really can't go wrong with Sniper Sling. I had a little trouble with the black and a little trouble with the green, getting decent life out of the bands, but the yellow, fuck, I'll stand beside that any day of the week. I'll stand beside that band. That's great stuff. Yo, been so long. What's up, Banana Cat? Why do I live where the air hurts my face? Yeah, no joke, eh? A long time ago, I did a video on the Mr. Buddy heater. I know you guys have seen a couple of shorts recently of you've seen a couple of shorts recently of me cooking food and stuff like that on the Mr. Buddy heater. But the day that I made that thing, it was like minus 20 degrees outside, and I took it outside in the cold, and I boiled water, and I timed it, how long it would take to boil water in that kind of cold outside. So it wasn't even in a tent where it would cool off or anything like that. I also had another video too where I made a pulk. And for those of you who don't know what a pulk is, it's basically a sled that you attach to as a harness with some poles on you, so you could actually walk down hills without the thing crashing into your legs. I made a pulk, and that day it was so fucking cold outside. I shot that video outside in the front of my house, and it was so cold outside. I ended up taking my coffee and I threw it up into the air. It's coffee or a glass of water. I can't remember anymore, but I threw it up into the air and it came down like snow. And I'm like, fucking, you see that shit? That's some cold motherfucking weather. The Incredible Pulk. Yeah. Yeah. It was a little guy. But it did the trick for me, man. I was looking for something when I was going winter camping. And actually, you might actually be able to see it in one of my overnighters on my channel. I have an overnighter where me and my brother went out in the woods. We camped the night in the snow and made a nice tripod. I was testing out the Kamek Static V. Is it Kamek? Fuck, I can't even remember the name of it. Man, my brain's going to shit. It was a Climate. It was a Climate Static V bedroll, and I was testing that out. So I slept right on the snow in that thing, and yeah, we had a pretty good night. Cooked ribs on a fire. It was a sweet time. Hit the plant pot. Oh no. What about keeping a hand warmer in your pocket while you're taking your slingshot out the pocket to help the latex warm? Yeah, but the thing is that once you stretch the latex, I've tried it. You'll get like maybe one shot out of it before you have to warm it up again. It does work somewhat. It's it will keep your bands warm for about one shot. But what I've noticed, and I also have a video on this, the longer you hold your elastic, like you're trying to aim. So if you pull it back, you're taking your shot. The longer you hold that, the slower your shot's going to go. And the difference between a 1 second hold and a 5 second hold was like 15 feet per second. So in the cold, that's amplified by quite a bit more. So if you're holding your slingshot out in the cold and you're trying to get on shot, you'll have to warm up those slingshots on every single. You'll have to warm up your bands on every single shot. which kind of sucks. She was mad at me for like the entire day. Oh, buddy, I know, man. I've been there. I had a catch box in my basement, and I would go and shoot in the basement whenever it got nasty outside. And it was basically the same distance that I had here. It was a little bit longer because I was going the lengthwise of the house. So I was like, I don't know. I was like maybe 2 feet short of 10 meters. And that's only because of where I had to stand to take my shot. But I was letting them rip, and I was testing out some bands. I had some Great White, and I was testing out some 11 mil steel, shooting it into my catch box. And I didn't notice, but I had chewed a hole right through the back of my catch box, and I ended up chewing a hole right into my wall. And when I let the first one rip, it sounded like normal, but that I only shot 3 shots. So the first one got stopped by the catch box. The second one went right through the catch box and into the wall. And I only found out, luckily, because the third shot went through the exact same hole and hit the other 11 mil steel that was in my gyprock and ricocheted and started bouncing around my basement. And then I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm going to be in the doghouse for sure for that one. And yes, I was. Man, I need to change this name. My kid made me a custom YouTube name. Oh, yeah. I had let my son play I used to have this ice fishing game on my phone. And whenever I would play it, I would always just go in as a guest. I didn't really make myself a gamer profile or any of that shit because not really into it that much. But I like fishing games from time to time when I'm really bored. And my son ended up calling me Logan Diddy, and I don't know how to change it. It's there, so I just ended up deleting the games off my phone. I'm like, fuck that. I ain't no Logan Diddy. Got to build that custom doghouse out of the back. Yeah, that was pretty much it, dude. Yeah, she was not happy about me, and then brought it up at dinner at the in-laws house too, which was pretty bad. So I got the stink eye from the in-laws. Luckily, I got the skills to fix it. That's all that counts, I guess. Ugh. So that was pretty much the end of my man cave downstairs. For those of you guys who saw those videos with me sitting with my Canadian flag and behind me there, did a couple of great videos down there, but that was pretty much the end of it. I lost the basement. I lost the basement and it became my son's bedroom. I learned how to patch up holes in drywall early. But that's from fights with my brother. As long as you can fix it, you can break it. Yeah. I mean, I was careful with the windows and everything. I had a couple of corn snakes in there too. And luckily enough, somehow that ricochet bounced off my aquarium where I had my corn snake in there, and it didn't do any damage to it. It just bounced off the glass, which is just amazing because it hit pretty fucking hard. I had big pillows over the windows to make sure the windows would be fine, but the looks all right there. I might even just leave it like that, you know? I don't know. What do you think? Should I hit it with the buffer and see how it goes? The camel. I had 2 of them. I had a nice striped one, I had a nice striped one that I named Angus after Angus Young from AC/DC. And I had another one that I got from my brother named Ziggy. Ziggy was way smaller than Angus. Way more aggressive, which is odd because corns are usually very, very friendly snakes. But Ziggy was a mean little bastard. And I've got a video on my Instagram of him biting the fuck out of me. He gave me a good bite right on my hand and then wrapped me up and wouldn't let go. And I couldn't even get to his head. So I learned very quickly the hand sanitizer. For any of you snake owners out there, if you keep some hand sanitizer by your snake tank for a good reason. Actually, he named him after Ziggy Marley, I think. But keep some hand sanitizer by your snake tank. If your snake ever fucking bites you and wraps you up, put a little bit on your finger and just go close to his nose. Once he gets a whiff of that shit, he's fucking out of there. It doesn't hurt the snake, and he'll let go of you real fucking quick. I've been bitten by snakes so many fucking times, it's unbelievable. I used to go catching them when I was a kid all the time. And one time my buddy was telling me, "Oh, don't go wrangling those water snakes, the northern water snakes we have up here." He's like, "They're really fucking aggressive." I'm like, how bad can they be? We were walking around the water. This guy had been sunning on a rock for quite a while, and he was long and fat and warm, which is probably not time I should have been fucking with that snake. But I had picked him up, and it was like, whack, 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 whack. He hit me about 30 fucking times before I just grabbed him by the tail. He hit me about 30 fucking times before I got control of his head. And I was bleeding from fucking everywhere. And he missed my face by like a centimeter. It was crazy. But finally I got a hold of him. We were checking him out, putting him away. And then I was just pissing blood from everywhere. That guy got me so many times. But it was definitely worth it. Yeah. I hit my dad's windshield and I was like, fuck, I was grounded for 2 months. Nowadays, it's nothing serious. Yeah. But I used to love that, man. Going out looking for snakes and salamanders and all that kind of stuff, man. It was a blast. We used to go catching crayfish, having those things bite onto you and everything. It was, I don't know, just a lot of fun. I love that stuff. We had when I was at one of my old places too, I've had a water moccasin chase me scuba diving. Yeah, it's fucking wild, man. It's fucking wild. But water moccasins, I think, are venomous, right? Yeah, you want no part of those. Those will fuck you up good. But we had a lot of fun. One time at one of my old places too, they used to call me the Markadile Hunter. I would just go and chase these things down. And I caught a pigeon at my work one time. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "If you don't make eye contact with them, they don't run away." He's like, "No fucking way." I'm like, "Yeah, watch this." I got right up to it within 2 feet, turned around and just grabbed the guy. They were freaking out. Garter and copper bellies here. Yeah, there's only one place I think in Canada that has the I think it's the Massasauga rattler or whatever. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember the name of it, but there's a rattlesnake that lives in Canada that's down by there's an area down by Windsor, Ontario, I think. It's right around there. I used to have some sort of green snake. I didn't have a snake tank, so I kept him in a fish tank. He was harmless, but we loved to nip on my fingers. Yeah, there's a nice little green snake here too that we have up in Canada. It's a tiny little guy. It's like it gets to be about maybe a little bit thicker than a pencil, and they're about this long or so. They're really cute looking things, man. Beautiful looking snakes. They're in Ontario. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. I thought for sure that you would end up having them in Saskatchewan or around the prairies and on the southern end of the prairies. I thought for sure, but I don't think they have. But that's definitely it. They are in Ontario. Too cold out for a little. Well, we have quite a few snakes up here. We've got the eastern milk snake, which is a beauty. It looks a lot like a white corn snake. It's kind of cool. We've got the ringnet snake. We got those little green fellers. We've got these other little brown ones. We've got garter snakes. We've got ribbon snakes. We've got, we got the northern water snakes. Fucking no joke, those things. We got black rat snakes. Those are fucking awesome too. And they get really big. I think it's our biggest snake that we have up here. My dad's buddy sees rattlers around his cottage off of Georgian Bay. Really? Oh shit. I think they're extremely rare. I know a buddy of mine actually got pictures of a timber rattler in New York State. Listening and eating lunch. Cool. I'm actually about due for lunch too. I'm getting pretty fucking hungry. But we got work to do first. Work before lunch. That's how it's gonna go. That's how it's gonna go today anyway. What did I clamp you guys to last time? I don't remember. Was it this thing? Might have been. It feels pretty solid. Yo, Mr. Z, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Mr. Z, quick question for you. Did you get a notification that I was going live? Let me know. Maybe it was here. Yeah, that might have been it. All right, let's get that mask back on. YouTube's up to something. Love Georgian Bay Area. Toramora, great scuba diving. Oh, I bet. No, unfortunately, no. Yeah, you see? YouTube's up to something for sure. Before several months, I get the last 1 or 2 months. No. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. It's been like a complete cutoff for me. I don't know what the deal is, but we've done pretty good today. We had some people in and out, but we're gonna drop right back down again soon. It's gonna be the same as normal. It's fucked up. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is or what's happening or why I'm getting the hate. I don't know what the deal is, but it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see how it all turns out, how it all plans out in the near future. Hopefully it gets a little bit better because this kind of sucks. But at least we got some of the buds in, which is all that counts. As long as we get the buds in and everything's good, but it's just fucking weird why it's doing that or how it's doing that. I don't understand. But my views. You got the notification today? Ah, cool. It just seems like, for the most part, my American viewership, it just like fell off the face of the earth in the last little bit. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. There goes the, there we go. Get that off. So basically what I'm going to do is I'll take this little, it kind of sucked too, because I was doing really well with the slingshots and, you know, I was getting a lot of them out the door. I was able to buy these 2 nice workbenches, that nice shelf in the back, and this little cabinet here. And I was in the works of basically completely redoing my garage and having slingshots for the most part pay for it, which was kind of neat. But yeah, screeching halt, man, screeching halt with all the shit going on with the tariffs and all that stuff. It was just been pretty bad. I was going to stick this thing onto a belt sander, but I don't want to go too hard on it. It's just a little tiny bit I got to get off that ass end here. So I think what I'll do is I'll put my focus on it here with the 600 grit. We can gently just sand away until that piece gets flattened out, and we're pretty close already. That's actually pretty cool. We'll have to work our way back up to the 2500 grit, make her pretty again, nice and shiny, but we're pretty close. I'll bring it right up to 2500 grit, I think. What's the spacing? Let me see. I've got my ruler right here. It's about, if I do on center to on center, I guess I got about, that's 10, about 12 millimeters. Hard to tell in here with the light being so shit. I'll see if I can turn this around so you can get a look at it. Wow, you see it better right there than I can in my garage. Yeah, about 12 millimeters. from center to center. And from the edge to the edge of the hole, because I drill a 5mm hole, I've got 5. Yeah, it's 7. So I do 7mm, and then I draw my hole. Yeah, so that'll be the outside edge of my hole, and then I go to 1 centimeter. Oh, is that right? I'm talking shit here. Hold on. I use 5mm rib nuts. They're M3s, so they're 5mm wide. I use M3s, so 3mm rib nuts is what I use. There we go. There we go. That looks better. Just got to get that all shined up now with some 1000 grit and 1200 grit, and we'll call it good. Let's get that 1000 grit over here. And I got the 1200. Yeah, hold on a second there, Jordan. I'll show you in a second here. So my riv nut, I had 2 kinds. I grabbed both the same kind here, but this is the black one. This one is so on the riv nut, it's an M3 riv nut. If I measure it here, from the edge is 9 mil. With the flange, it's 1 centimeter long. That's what I have here. But I got a second one, which I actually prefer. Yeah, these stainless ones, they seem to be quite a bit more tough. And these ones are a little bit shorter. I don't know if I could show you. Yeah, I can show you this here. So if I put them flange to flange, it's a little bit shorter. And I actually prefer these ones. The only reason why I picked up these guys was because I found they look good with the black pins and the black tooling. They look great, but I keep on popping them. So the black ones don't seem to be as tough as these stainless ones. Stainless ones seem to hold on pretty good. And these ones, I believe, are 8 mil long. Yeah. See that? They're 8 millimeter long from the flange and 9 all in, which is pretty cool. But they're definitely more sturdy. They're more sturdy. They hold on better. They all around the the stainless ones seem to handle the they seem to be more tough for whatever reason. How you doing, Jordan, by the way? Change my channel to CB Slings and the government will send me money. Oh, man. That would be fucking funny. I don't think I could ever do that, though, dude. I don't have it in me to be a lying piece of shit. Nope. Me and Rosemary Barton going out for dinner dates. Yeah. We can reminisce about how it used to be real on the CBC. Now it's just all made up anyway. Ha 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 ha. Oh, some funny shit right there. It would hurt my soul to use that name, but Papa gotta eat. I'm doing great, dude. I've been using M5 inserts for riv nuts, so I could just have a single bolt. But my riv nuts are too long, I think. Yeah, I've got two sizes. I prefer the thicker Avro, I guess, to the thinner Avro. I prefer the thicker one, but they both work on this size slingshot, which is coming in around 14 mil. It's 14 mil all in on this one. And the big fella, the one that I shoot on the regular, is around a 16. I like that single bolt idea though, with a nice with a nice what do you call them? The nice cap on the front, one big cap. Boom, it looks pretty badass, I think. And you can even use. I've seen some caps too. I bought some that I was messing around with a little bit. I kind of like the look of them. They're made for socket head cap screws, but low profile ones. So they kind of fit, or like the pan head ones, if you know what I'm talking about. You got the flat head ones. Those are pretty cool. They fit right in there. They lock into place, nice and flat, low. They're lower than the cone shaped ones that we use. Like, do I have any here? Oh, I got them all upstairs. My only issue was that I bought the wrong length of screw. So they don't really fit, but I like the look of it actually a little bit better. Makes it more of a sleek design with a thin little black circle around it. It looks pretty good. Got a fugly little thumbprint in there. Look at that. Guess it's the waxy shit from my buffing wheel there. Kind of got into my material. It's gonna be tough to clean that out. I'm on the lookout for something other than riv nuts for hardware. The riv nuts work okay. I like them, but I was messing around with those other inserts, the brass ones that actually push into your slingshot, and they do hold. They seem to last a little longer. My only issue with that is that when those let go, your frame's done. I don't see how you can replace them without jumping up a size. And for me, that's a no-go. I tend to stay away from any frames that have those ones in there. You like the brass inserts? Me too, I like them, but I had one. I had a couple of brass inserts that I had gotten from people who made customs, made beautiful slingshots, but the hole stripped out. And it was pretty much the end of my slingshot. I have problems with my S Robin for exactly that. The putting a class 5 screw into brass. The class 5 screw is way stronger than the brass is. So when you pull out the thread on that, that's my only concern. With a riv nut, you pop the riv nut out, you put the riv nut in, and you're good. The other way around, it's, I don't know, it's a problem. It's a problem if that breaks. That's fucking weird. So for me, maybe I'll jump back into the 600 grit for a minute there. For me, I don't know. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough because they're pretty solid. They do hold on pretty good. The brass riv nuts. It's just, you know, I've had a really nice slingshot kind of fucking get thrown into the garbage because of that. I was thinking about, you know, changing it up and getting another, putting in a larger size to repair it. But I was just concerned about that and having them. I don't know. How do you push them in, Jordan? When you're setting those brass ones up, how do you push them in and lock them into place? I don't drill the holes all the way through. I leave a lip of the material so they can slide all the way through. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yo, Yather, what's happening? How am I doing now? I'm doing all right, I guess. I'm doing all right. Still working on the white one now. I got a little funny groove or something. I don't know. I just got this little dark spot in the white one I can't seem to get out. It's kind of weird. Look. See that? I'm going to keep on sanding, see if I can get it to come out. You use a vise to push them in. India won the World Cup. The World Cup of what? Soccer? Or football? Cricket. Oh, that's cool. My buddy Ritesh plays cricket. Yo, Leon, how you doing, buddy? Quick question, bro. Actually, for Jordan too. Did you get a notification I was on, or was it just happened to be scrolling and found me? Scrolling. See? Another one. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, I was there's a famous Canadian guy up here. Maybe some of you guys know him. His name's Joe Robinette. He's been kind of complaining about the same thing too. His viewership like fucking plummeted. Oh, you got the notification today? Cool. Oh, that's good news at least. His viewership absolutely plummeted. He couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on, and it was the same thing. But I think it's got to do with what I was telling you. I think we're Canadian content guys are kind of getting chiseled a little bit. You did too? Okay, that's cool. That's good news. So some of you guys are getting them, but a lot of you didn't. I had like 5 or 6 guys say they didn't receive it at all. It's kind of weird. All right, it's getting smaller. That's going to take some fucking work, man. I don't know if I have that in me today. I really don't. Yeah, it's been weird because I've been Rex went live last night. I'm subscribed to Rex's channel. I watch his channel all the time, and I didn't get shit. Nothing. The only reason why I knew that Rex was live was because Leon sent me a message. I couldn't get there in time. I was in the car driving, but I popped in, gave him a thumbs up, and gave him a yo-yo. But I'd already missed the live. Kind of sucks, but at least you got the thumbs up from me. There we are. Garage looks good. Have a good day. Hey, thanks, Dave. Yeah, the garage is cleanish. I was hoping to get more work done into here too, but the Slingshots is what was paying for it, and I can't sell Slingshots anymore, so that's that. Yeah, I'll give you a call a little bit later there, Dave. That's Papa ATO in the house right there. Everyone give Dave a what's up. There we go. It's almost gone. Must have gouged it with something. I don't know what the hell happened there. Yeah, I'm hoping to get another one of those shelves in here, and I'll be able to set a bunch of shit up on there. It'll be fucking cool. But I'll get the shelves set up, put the get that old shelf out of there, have everything set up over there, get a third one on the other side of my freezer there, and then I'll be pretty damn good and set up. And if everything works out the way I want it to, I'll eventually get a stand-up freezer and put that one in the basement as well, and hopefully I can fill it with a fucking deer. We'll see. I'll just change my notifications to none. Then we'll change it back to a few days later and let you know if it worked. Oh, cool. Thanks, Jeff. I was watching a little video with Joe. Joe was talking about the same thing. He's like the guy's got close to, I think it's like 2 million subscribers on his channel, and he was he would put up a video before and he would get like 1 million views, from people watching his channel, that are subscribers, but also people that are not subscribers. Like for me, for example, if I drop a video today, I get more views from people who are non-subscribers than I do from subscribers. It's just people scroll in and it gets popped up and, pumped out, around with YouTube and whatnot. And sure enough, he was saying the same thing. And now most of his views are coming from people who subscribe to his channel, and not people where it would pop up in people's feeds to check out, the watch next stuff and all that. So it's kind of strange. It's kind of strange how all that played out. I just can't seem to figure it out. To go from 60% American viewers to 25% is fucking wild. That's a major drop. There we go. Got rid of it. It's gone. Now we got to make it all nice and shiny. See if we can bump this up now to that 1,000 grit. Or 2,500 even. We could probably jump right into, I think. Yeah, but if everything works out, I should be going for some turkey this spring. And then I will be going to, and hoping maybe I can get onto a deer too. That would be pretty freaking sweet. Well, Scorgan, they've been working on that one, right? Because they have that, right now Trump's fighting with the Canadian government to try to cancel that bill that they passed for Canadian content having the Canadian, basically Canadian content being pushed or paying tax. They have to pay taxes on it or some shit. So there's that. And then you've got you got C8 and C11 that they split it up. Notice only women hoodies are showing up on your products. Is there really a difference? Oh, no, dude. If you click that and you go looking through the product list, there's everything there. I've got women's, men's, it's all in there. It's just I've been trying to post a little bit of something for everybody, and the top four are the ones that I've been just clicking on when I'm setting up these lives. But there's men's, women's, it's all there. If you click it and check it out, you'll find it. They're all in there. If you open up the store page, it's all in there. There we go. I'm happy with that. There we go. The white one's gonna look pretty nice when she's all done. Get that buffed up, and she'll look pretty badass. Hopefully, I don't get too much. Hopefully, I don't get too much of that goop kind of dragging into my piece. That's what happened last time, and I had to buff it out with some tape. I had to put tape on the piece when I was buffing it. She's a beaut. Brute, yep. Yeah, I think she'll turn out to be pretty decent. We'll see how it all turns out in the end. I hit it with a little bit of buffing, and then if I have to, I'll go back and sand the white out just by hand and put a little strip of band tying tape down here. It'll cover all that up, and I'll be able to get in there and just clean up some of the areas with some 2500 grit. If there's any aluminum boogers in there that I got to get rid of. Yeah, we might have to go. I got a little spot there too. Yeah, well, what the fuck am I making? Jim, I'm making some slingshots, buddy. All right, stretch you out. Bump you up. There we go. Yeah. So we're making a slingshot. I'm just getting the final sandings done here. Get this guy all polished up nice. And hopefully I can find a local guy that wants to buy it. so I don't have to do this. I should probably put so I don't have to ship internationally and go to bed hating myself again. That's fucking nightmare. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing one screw. Hey Jordan, you still in the chat? Or have you taken off? Always a bitch for buffing. Yeah, I know. I like to make sure I do all my sanding and shaping with my clips on. I've got I got this little set of riv nuts that I saved just for that, and screws. I put them in, and I just get them all nice and tight and snug. And okay, I do have an extra screw. Cool. I thought I lost it. I dropped one for sure. I guess I had an extra one in here. But basically what I do, let me grab that. Get this snugged up. So when I'm getting my sanding done, I want to make sure that my clips and everything remain the same size. So if you're in there sanding around and kind of whittling away at the inside, you don't want to have it your clips be kind of out of shape. You want to make sure that they stay flush to your frame, so everything's nice and smooth. So once this is done, and I have my cups on there, the black cups to match the black liners, this is gonna be pretty badass. I should tidy up my workshop. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I was actually in the works of working on my workshop, and all the tariffs basically shut me down. So I've been slowly but surely. If you had seen it before, bro, you'd been like, "Man, your fucking workshop looks fantastic." But I was in the middle of selling a slingshot and buying a new rack, selling a slingshot and making a new thing and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of how I was going about it. And yeah, so everything kind of hit the brakes when the tariffs hit. Kind of screwed me up a bit, but it is what it is. I had a absolute nightmare of a situation with a slingshot I was sending to the UK. I'd made it out of really old reclaimed barnwood. It had gotten down. It was made. It was beautiful. It was on its way down to the new owner. Got to the UK and it went missing, and it just got lost in one of the handoffs. And So I lost the slingshot. And lost the shipping money, which cost me $68. So I had to collect all the materials that I needed to make this, to replace the slingshot that went missing. Got the new materials, made the slingshot, went to a courier to find out how much it was going to cost to ship to the UK, and it was really fucking expensive. Like, holy fuck expensive. And decided, okay, I'll give Canada Post another try. Ship that one off. So now, like, just to give you an idea, I'm already 2 months in on this thing. I go to ship this thing off, and I get told by the customer, oh, you should probably wait till after Christmas because it's going to be an absolute clusterfuck here in the UK, and shit's going to go missing, and it's going to be a nightmare, and we don't want that to happen. I'm like, okay, great, good call. I'll wait until after New Year's. Like, I'll wait till like mid-January type thing, and I'll ship it out. Wait till mid-January. I ship the fucking thing out, and Friday I come home from work, and guess what's in my mailbox? My fucking a notice to pick up a box. And I'm like, okay. So I go to pick up the fucking box. I have to pay return shipping to my fucking house of my own slingshot that was supposed to be delivered to the UK. And then I just got pissed off and shipped it by UPS, which cost $132 fucking dollars. Imagine that. A half pound. $132 fucking dollars of shipping. So with all the shipping I've paid back and forth of this fucking slingshot, if it doesn't come back, or if it doesn't make it there, yeah, holy crap is right. So this is why pretty much what you see here going on here today is probably the end of ATO slings when it comes to the slingshot shop. It's a fucking nightmare. I can't find out. Oh, and to top it all off, you remember when I was telling you guys that for me to ship to the US with UPS, I've had some shit luck with shipping, dude. Oh yeah, and wait for this one. So you remember Scott? I was telling you that I was told, and I saw a paper at the UPS in Point Claire, the UPS store in Point Claire in Montreal, and that the guy told me that I was required to have the social insurance number of the person I'm shipping to. You remember that? So while I was at UPS yesterday, talking to my local UPS where I live, and she told me, you're only required to do that if you're shipping medication. Imagine that. So the fucking guy at UPS in Point Claire was just some Trump-hating prick that was fucking giving false information to fucking people. And what I also found out is a lot of these UPSs that people are using, the UPS stores, are actually franchises. Yeah. So I went and I spoke to the girl at my local UPS. She told me, no, that's not true. That's actually illegal. And yes, they did try to do it, but it never passed because it's only for medications that they're required to do that, and that's medications you have to buy from overseas. So that was the only reason. That was to make sure that people who are getting certain medications are able to get that certain medication. So the guy was full of fucking shit, and I returned money to people because of this. And the fucking wild thing is that dude had a fucking government paper on his window saying the same thing. Now, that's kind of on me. I should have gone back to I should have gone back to another UPS and got like a second opinion. You know, like you go to a fucking wacky doctor and they tell you you got fucking you got monkeypox or some shit, and it's all bullshit, and you just had a fucking cold sore or whatever. I don't fucking know, but it's one of those fucking deals. Like you can't even get proper information anymore. And if you're not sending it by courier or bullshit fucking Canada Post, you never know when they're going to go on strike or they're going to stop something. So it's like, fuck this, man. You know, and you can imagine people that are, you know, that have bought a Slingshot from you. They're waiting for you to complete it. You're working hard on the fucking job, on the project to make sure everything is nice. Canada Post has your package in the mail, like happened to me, and they go on strike, so everything shuts down. And it sits in a fucking truck somewhere for 6 months. Like, this is just... Next, you're going to need to send a dick pic. Yeah. Just to know it's you. I know, man. It's just crazy. And I know you were sending them by DHL. You're having a good... you're having good... good results with DHL. For me, I don't want to have to deal with all the paperwork, though. I don't want to fill out the paperwork. I just want to go there, hand them the part, say, look, this is what it is. And they click all the magic buttons to make it work, and they ship it. That's pretty much where I'm at with this at this point. It's just making sure they get out of here. Yo, Mr. Korea, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, it's just crazy when you think about all the fucking problems that we've had. Make Slingshot frame? Yeah, well, I'm trying. I'm trying to get one of these last ones out just to call it good. I've got that red one that I had up. I'm going to see if the original buyer wants to get it back, and I could send it off to him, and we'll see how that goes. But if he's not interested, I've got a red one that's available. And I think I'm just going to finish off whatever frames I have left and then call it good. I actually haven't even shipping to the States since I set up a DHL. A lot of UK and Australian customers. Oh, nice. What are the prices like shipping to the UK? Because I fucking won't be using UPS again. I'll tell you that much. Yo, Mud Dog, what's happening, bro? Wow, I bought a Slingshot frame from a China shopping site. Yeah, you can get a lot of good ones from over there, man. Out in China, I know GZK's got a lot of good stuff. GZK's got a lot of good stuff, and Sniper Sling's got a lot of good stuff. Min does some great work, and the guys that he's got building for him, some of these guys, man, are absolute magicians. They do incredible work. I use UPS. Oh, USPS. Yeah, 5 frames. Fuck. Yeah, when I shipped to the UK, I know I had sent shades, a couple of them. The shipping wasn't so bad depending on the options I had. The option I had to send this one to the UK, I only had one option, and it was $132 fucking dollars. I don't know. I just feel like I'm getting taken for a ride everywhere, everywhere I go. Yeah, it's fucking wild. I should have kept the bill so I could show it to you, because I'm sure some of you are like, yeah, bullshit, Mark. But no fucking joke. Not even kidding. And when I went to Pure Later will also do that, but they use UPS to ship overseas. They'll happily accept your stuff, but they'll use UPS for that. Yeah, that's the problem I have too, is I don't have a DHL office anywhere near me. So it's kind of tough to go there. Like it's easily an hour drive for me to get there. And that's no traffic with decent weather and the whole deal. It's like, yeah, no joke. Well, I've sent Leon a bunch of stuff before. Never had a fucking problem, and it was peanuts. I sent some stuff over to Washington State. It was like $14-15, super cheap. Now it's a fucking nightmare. I still got a couple of things I want to send to Leon too, and fuck, man, it's so fucking expensive. And to top it all off, even if I put down as it's a gift or whatever it is, they're still going to charge them on the value that I say the part is. And it kind of sucks because, let's say if I want to send somebody in the US a one of, how do you put a price on that? So if I was going to sell something, say for like $200, but like that slingshot that I sent to the UK that got lost or stolen or whatever you want to call it, it'll just get swallowed up. Like the one that I sent to the UK originally was made with reclaimed old barnwood. What happens with that? I call them wall art. Wishbone sculpture. 2 months I used Precise Winter Season brand pink color. I saw your video, so I bought used. Thank you. Oh, you like it? Yeah, I find it just about the same. If like as other elastic. I mean, it was pretty decent. It shot fine. It was decent elastic, but I much prefer the like if you're shooting .65, I just prefer the regular 6.5 band. I had the .65 in the anti-cold pink. But how cold is it where you're at there, Mr. Korea? What kind of temperature you guys get over there? Colton told me he just labels it outdoor equipment. Huh. Smuggling is always an option. Slingshot mules might be cheaper at that point. Yeah, it might be, man. It might be. I just don't know how many slingshots one man could tuck in his ass to make it worth the trip, you know? Fucking smuggling a bunch of slingshots in his prison pocket, you know? About 15 degrees today. Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty warm today, which is kind of scary because I've got an ice fishing trip planned for next week. Next week on Sunday, I'm making hot sauce on Saturday, and then I got Sunday where we're going to be ice fishing for the day. We'll see how that goes. It'll probably be my last time out. So if I don't get my pike this year, this time out, I won't be getting one until next year, if I'm lucky enough. Hey, don't worry about your English, man. It's great that we're able to communicate the way it is. And if this makes you feel any better, I don't know one word in Korean. Not one. So you're already way the hell better than almost everybody in this chat, I think. So congrats to you, buddy. And thanks for joining in on these lives. I really appreciate you. You only know some of the curse words? There we go. That'll be pretty good. We're about ready to jump up to 1200 grit. My hands are just about done with the sanding. I'm going to have the softest freaking hands you've ever felt in your life. There we are. Do I have a 1200 here going? I don't think I do. That's 1,000, 600. Yeah, I need one. I'd ask my Chinese friend to say, how to say you're gay. Oh, man. I had a friend of mine in high school named Ying. And one of my buddies was asking him to show him how to do the symbols for warrior and this and that. And Ying started to draw them out to them, and he's like, "Well, why do you want to do that?" He's like, "I want to put a tattoo." And then Ying's like, "Oh, no, give me that," and threw it away. I'm like, "Why did you do that?" He's like, "Because I wrote down fat white pig." Oh, it's fucking funny. Oh, man. I don't know how to count because of Taekwondo. Ah, interesting. I'm actually interested about about how names work over in China because I have a friend in high school. His name was Ying. He was a he. And I also had a friend who I work with right now, also named Ying, who is a girl. And I don't understand how that works. How names can be boys and girl names. It means donkey. Oh, that's some funny shit, man. I have 3 Chinese symbols tattooed on my arm. One of them is spirit, heart, mind. One is family, and one is life. And before I got those done, I found them, and I ended up going to asking a couple of friends what they meant to make sure that I was legit. Yo, what's up, Rick? Yeah, to make sure I wasn't making a grave mistake. I have 1 message and 7 other updates. Whew. Shit, I'm on fire on Facebook today. What's going on? The head hillbilly's in the house. What's going on, brother? So basically what the plan is now is I'm going to have to be, I'm going to slowly but surely collecting all my outdoor gear, get all that stuff settled. And then I'll know, I want to see what exactly I could fit in my bag. Because I have an under blanket for my hammock. That's going to be pretty interesting to see how that fits in the bag. So I gotta carry 4 days worth of food. 4 days worth of food, 4 days worth of clothes. And I really want to bring that Steers Wild Things catch bag with me. And I've got an under blanket that, as much as I like it, how it attaches to the hammock and everything like that, it's a little bit on the large side. It takes up a lot of room in the pack. But in northern Ontario, in July, you could still have mornings that get down to like 4 or 5 degrees, which is fucking cold in a hammock. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the under blanket, but not the top quilt. The top quilt gets too big. So I think what I'll end up doing is bringing the under blanket, and I have another sleeping bag, a 7-degree sleeping bag that gets down to a nice size. So I think that'll be the plan for that. But I got to start collecting all my stuff, getting it all packed away, my camera gear and my slingshots, my Steers Wild Slings catch bag, some slingshot ammo, all that stuff, my fishing gear. And then the last thing will be food, but the food I don't really put into the same bag. Although it's fucking cool if you can. It'll make everything a lot easier to carry if I end up double carrying some of the smaller portages. In the shop as usual. Yeah, me too today. That's kind of like what I like about the about these, about the G10 and the aluminum and all that stuff. You can sand it without wearing a mask. I've got a micarta one in my pocket, and I got no other choice. I find wet sanding micarta is an absolute shit show. So it's always better to kind of, stop arguing with me here. There we go. It's always better to dry sand it. You get much better results. Here we go. Yeah, the only white slingshot I have is the one from Andrew from Prime 4 Catapults. It's like a white, black, and red one. For those of you guys who've been following the channel for a minute, you've probably seen me shoot that thing before. It's this hooligan he has, and it's an absolute beautiful stunner of a slingshot. I like the white and black though. The white and black looks pretty damn good. With all the silver accents too on this one, I think it's going to look pretty decent. We'll see once we get it all cleaned up. If we can get the magic eraser to clean all the gunk out of the G10. Make sure a little pin down here at the bottom is looking good. So far, looking pretty good. Get that on the buffing wheel. That should clean up pretty nice. Get close to a mirror, or definitely, or a mirror for sure. Looks like we're just about there with it. Yep. All right, let's get this dried up. And on the buffing wheel, let's have a look. Yeah, cleaning this guy up is going to be a bitch after. It's going to be rough. The white pulls in so much of that gunk off the buffing wheel. So here, it's looking somewhat pretty now. It's about to look like an absolute shit show, but with shiny sides. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, mask. Gotta mask it up. All right, let's have a look at this. Ooh, that's sexy. Got some fluff stuck in that fork there, though. Gotta remove that, but there we go. Pull that out of the way. Gonna get a little bit more in the cup. There we go. I hit it with the cleanup side a little bit, so it's gotten a lot cleaner. Look at that. Oh man. Oh man, that's sexy. Yep. I'm happy with that. Hello, Mark. The Slingshot is very beautiful. I also want one in Greece. And Rhodes. What's my final compound? I use this blue shit. Seems to work pretty good. It's like ultra fine. Canvas, I use Canvas micarta. Canvas micarta or jute micarta. I like both of those. And I like them coarse. I find it looks a little bit better. I'll show you. I have one kind of in the works. Actually, I got two of them. There's one here. This is like a jute micarta. Red and the blue. It's hard to tell because it's covered in glue and shit, but yeah, this one's gonna be, if this one turns out it's gonna be a beauty, this one too. They're both gonna be double cores, double aluminum cores. Should look pretty damn good. This is another one. I've got this one as a natural micarta with a black and red split core. This one is just about done. I just got to sand this one down and see how it looks, but yeah, the ultra fine or super fine, I think this one is. I can't remember. I've got the white, which is like a fine. This one's like a extra fine, the green, and then I got a super fine, which is blue. Seems to work pretty good. Can't really complain too much about that. Happy the way this one looks out. Hopefully Andrew likes it. This is the first one I ever made, well, way back in the day. He doesn't want it too polished on the sides. We got this one cleaned up today. I gotta give it a little bath and get this one sent out to Andrew, but he'll like it, I think. Anyway, he's getting a good deal on that one, so can't complain too much, I hope. Yeah, the green, it works pretty good. But I stopped using it because the green was really getting into the G10 and causing a little bit of trouble. So I used the white and I used the light blue. The light blue, it comes out easier. It doesn't get glued in or stuck in there as much as the other one does. So so far I'm using that. Seems to work out pretty good. And now we just got to clean this guy up. I think I'm going to give this guy a little go on the cleanup side. It came out pretty good. This is my personal shooter. We'll see how it goes. I don't want it to be too shiny. I'll probably end up putting a little bit of band cutting tape on the top of there to to kind of clean it up, just to keep the shine off of it. But if I'm gonna own an Avro, I should probably have a nice one, I think. So we'll see how it goes. Yo, Andrew, you still here, bro? Shit. All right, let's clean it up. Okay. first time that's ever happened. All right, I guess that's as clean as that one's gonna get. Yeah, definitely still here. This is one of my favorite Sunday activities. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. There we go. There we go. I'll have myself a nice looking Avro. All the ones that I've been keeping up until now have always been seconds, you know, things that I'd kind of botched in the build or whatever, had some problems. It's so true, eh? Yeah. The only thing is you can't hop into this one if it gets too cold. Oh, I should probably give that the insides of these a little zap too. If I could find my my little Dremel. I have a little Dremel buffer I use. I don't know where I've put it. Might be on my other table. I didn't go too crazy on the pinky hole. I couldn't give a rat's ass about that on mine, but for the ones going out the door, I like to I plug in my little Dremel. Is it here? Nope, that's not it. Yeah, I don't know what I've done with it. I'll have to go searching for it, but I plug in my little Dremel. I got a little fluffy drill bit on the end, and you give it a couple of zaps on the inside, and it really cleans it up. Where the fuck did that thing go? Anyway, I think I'm going to stop there, guys. Thanks for joining into the live today. It's always fun to hang out with you guys and chat. I got to get something to eat, man. I'm freaking starving at this point, and I got to get these frames all cleaned up and everything. So I think I'm going to cut it here. So thanks a lot for joining me. Thanks a lot for popping in. You guys are all freaking awesome for a little shop chat. You guys take care, stay safe, get out and practice, be good to each other. I'll see you again soon. I love you guys. You're freaking awesome. Bye for now.